Okay, everybody, welcome to the Dropshipper's Unfair Advantage. Today, I'm going to show you how you can beat out all of your competition and be completely ready for the holiday season. Or if you're watching this after the holiday season, this is still the best way to make money doing dropshipping. Now, in order for us to really make the best out of this, you're going to need a few tools. The first one is Niche Miner, which is free. I think it's nicheminer.co. Or the bigger brother, which is Ecom Inspector. That's actually the one I'm going to demonstrate with today, since that's what I'm using. The next thing you'll need is the Turbo Ad Finder Google Chrome extension. That's also free, and you can just find that right in the extension store. And the next thing is the Facebook Like Extractor. For those of you who haven't seen my blog post, basically it just goes through people's profiles and figures out what they like. Then we're going to need ActiveCampaign or a similar high... Well, we need an autoresponder that's going to be capable of doing a lot of smart stuff. For the most part, the cheaper ones like MailChimp aren't capable of doing that. As far as I'm aware, ActiveCampaign is the best one for this option just because the high level of automation that it can do and its low price. I think you can get started for a minimum of like $9 per month, which is just really amazing considering all the things that it can do. And finally, we're going to need 2 Shopify apps. Both you can grab for free from the Shopify App Store. One is Wheelio and one is Recart. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you exactly how we do this. Okay, so the very first thing we want to do is actually get started in either nicheminer.co, which is this guy right here, the free version, or what I'll be using, the big brother, the Ecom Inspector. Now, I prefer Ecom Inspector for just a couple of reasons. I mean, for the most part, these two both can dig around on Facebook and show you that ads that are working. But this one also lets me dig through Shopify stores using keywords or just domains, prices. This thing lets me see what are the best sellers from all these stores, even through Google and Pinterest, and also what's trending on YouTube. So it's a very powerful tool to spy on your competition. Going through Shopify and seeing what the big stores are selling, seeing the products that they're testing, it's just amazing. I mean, you really can't get better information than that. If a big store that's doing $1 million a month is testing certain products or selling a lot of a product they just added to their store, which this tool through the Google Chrome extension can actually show you, there's a good chance that you can make money with it as well. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. Remember though, this one is a paid tool, but for good reason. Unfortunately, we've just recently lost a very good tool that helps us dig through Facebook ads. So right now, this is currently the best one you can get. But what we're going to do today is go through just Facebook. So you're going to see that under phrase and site, you've actually got a ton of options here. And these are all like basic stuff that you can find inside. And you'll see there's a lot more in here than there is like in the Niche Miner. I think the free version only has like 4 or 5 options in here. And what you can do is dig through these. So say we want to do a free plus shipping. This is the most common phrase, just pay shipping. And what I always do is set it for all posts, and instead of any time, I want it from this month. So right now at the time of this recording, it's like the very end of September, so it's going to show me a pretty good amount of stuff. But before you actually kick this thing off, I almost forgot to mention, you do want to go into the Google Chrome store, or you can just search Turbo Ad Finder right here. It's the very first result. You see it's got a bunch of stars. And install this thing. This is going to help you sort through the nonsense that is going to come up in your Facebook feed and help you to actually find the products that we're looking for. Now, once you've got that installed, come back to Ecom Inspector and start inspecting. You'll see that it's going to open up your Facebook and it's going to start digging through. If you've got the Turbo Ad Finder, I think it's this guy here. I've got it in here somewhere. If you've got Turbo Ad Finder, this one here, installed, go ahead and turn that on. That's going to help you to actually cut all the stuff out and just show you product ads. Now, when you're going through these ads, you're definitely going to want to look for a couple of criteria. So the first thing that you're going to want to find, of course, is something that's been running for less than a month or a month at most. You want to make sure you're not about to try to start selling something that, this person has scaled and just completely burned out already. You'll lose money. There's no point in really doing that. But what you want to do is you want to find these ads that have been running for 30 days or less, ads that have more than 500 likes, and ads that have a bunch of buyer comments. Now, what I mean here is that, these people are indicating that they're interested in buying the product. They're asking questions about it. They're saying, oh my God, I want this. Oh my God, where can I get that? Buyer comments, right? So this is a Thin Blue Line supporters page. They're selling the, I think this is support your police flag sticker for your car. And then you got this one right here. So this thing's got 8K likes. Let's take a look at it real quick. I always open these in their own tab, just so that I don't lose my original feed. And it looks like they're giving away like a bunch of different types of skull rings. And 8K likes, 200 shares, that's pretty awesome. Now the next thing you want to do is sort by chronological and just make sure that it's still running. So you can see we've got comments on here as, just an hour old. And it looks like this guy's actually in the process of scaling this because he's actually got some Spanish, I believe this is written on here. And so you see this is just like an hour old. So this ad must still be making them money, right? What you can do now is load up some more of these previous comments. Like for me, unfortunately, guys, I can't read the other languages. I'm a very simple person. I only know English. So I'm going to dig through here real quick and just see if I can find some of those buyer comments in English, so I know for sure that's what they are. So this person is saying yes, and if you look up here, they're saying like, share it, comment yes to get the link to buy it. So that means that this person here commenting yes wants it. Now just make sure that it's in English. So he's from Barcelona. May not work for us just because we're actually looking for English, just for my sake to be able to find this stuff quicker. Now we're going to dig through here a little bit. Keep in mind, guys, there's nothing fast or sexy about this process. You're going to be doing a little bit of work here. All right, so this one is from New York. This guy says, oh, I need one. That's definitely one. And notice, guys, I'm always opening these things in different tabs so that I can try to keep track of everything. And what you want to do on each one of these ads, so they're from Quebec. We can open that and take a look. You want to just open these in new tabs and keep going through. And you pretty much want to find as many as you possibly can for this ad. Now, the next step is you go to their page and you go to more. And remember, these are the people that just commented they want to buy the thing. Go to more, and then you'll see there's an option for likes. Don't worry if you go to somebody's page and the option for likes isn't there. It depends on their security settings. Some people have it set where you can't find that. So like you'll drop that menu down and likes just won't be there. If that's the case, just close their profile, move on to the next one. Now that we're actually in this guy's like page, you want to actually use Facebook. Let's see, like extractor. Here we are. And if you don't know how to use this extension, once you install it, you can show the tips. And he actually gives you full instructions right above each button on what to do. And we've already skipped over these ones here. We're on the likes page, and now I'm going to search. And you'll see that it brings up some keyword options. If you don't put anything in here, it will literally grab every single page this person likes. We don't want to do that. This person is liking on a skull page. So what you have to do here is just come up with related items, right? So skull, horror, probably Harley Davidson, sugar skulls, gothic. And what we're doing, guys, is we're just trying to think of every single related thing to skulls that we can possibly think of. Rings, jewelry, because, it's jewelry, obviously. And it's going to go through and look for all the pages that this person likes that are related and tell us what they are. So as you can see here, this dude's got a bunch of different stuff. Like, so far, nothing we see here really relates to skulls. So this may not be the best example, but we're going to go through it and look anyway, because this is what you need to do for every single person on each ad. And yes, it is work, but it's going to pay off huge in the long run. So as far as skulls go, let's think, what else can I put in there? Crossbones. Okay, and let's just see if this returns anything. Now, you'll see Facebook like extractors digging through here doing its thing. It's going to look for those keywords and see if it can find any pages related to that. And depending on how many likes it has, it could be real quick, it could be real short. As I'm using this thing myself, I've seen pages where, the person's liked 6 things. And then I've seen pages like the one you're looking at right here where this person has liked a lot of stuff. And just watching his profile come through, watching the different stuff he's liking, it's very obvious to me that this guy is huge into motorcycles, dirt bikes and sport cars like Hondas and the type of cars that you can modify. And I even see some muscle car type stuff in here too. So if we were selling anything related to racing, dirt bikes, motorcycles, this dude's profile would be absolutely killer to grab interests from. And it's just something to keep in mind as you're going through these people's pages. Because remember, guys, just because we're looking for the skull audience right now, because we found this dude commenting yes on that skull post, the free giveaway for the skull ring, doesn't mean you can't build other audiences at the same time. I mean, don't get sidetracked, of course, but something to keep in mind, just food for thought. And this guy's liked a lot of stuff, a lot of racing stuff, probably more than I've ever seen on anybody's page I've ever been through. This dude's page is literally a gold mine for racing and motorcycle stuff. Excuse me, just finishing my iced coffee here. It's most likely a good thing that I used Harley Davidson. I should have really scrolled through here a little bit real quick before I kick this off, just to get some ideas for keywords. If I used like biker, bikes, things like that, I would have found a ton of pages for this guy. And again, guys, this person has more liked pages than I've ever seen before. It usually doesn't take this long, but the time does depend on like how many likes pages this person has, right? It looks like at some point this guy must have gone through Facebook and liked every single racing motorcycle page that he could possibly find. Alright, so I'm probably going to cut a section out of this because this looks like it's not going to stop. So I'm going to cut most of this out of here and just skip straight to the part where it ends. Okay, so now that this thing's finally finished, you'll see that it popped open and it's trying to save a text file. Just save it wherever you want. I'm just going to drop mine right in downloads real quick. And then let's pop it open and see what we found. Alright, so as far as the few keywords that I gave it, this is what it found. I'm going to put this one off to the side on my other screen. And this was this person. We're going to move on to the next one. Let's go into their likes page. And as you can see, this person is quite different. There's no motorcycle stuff on here. A lot of movies and things like that. We scrolled all the way down. We're already all the way down. This is all this person's liked. And just at a quick glance, we can see that doesn't really appear to be any skull-related stuff. Except maybe Cirque du Soleil, which I guess kind of gothic dance show. I don't really know. I'm just going to close this person. We're not going to spend any time on that. And basically, what you want to do is repeat that process, guys. You want to go through these ads, keep finding people with those buyer keywords saying, yes, I want this. How do I get this? Go to their likes page and use the Facebook extractor to pull out all their likes. Once you have a master file, so each time you run it, you're going to get your own separate, notepad here. And what I'll do is I'll open just one of them, put it off on my other screen, and as each one downloads, I'll open a new one, copy all the interests, and I'll put them all into one. This way I have like a master notepad of all the different likes. Now the next thing that you want to do once you actually have these things is go into the Facebook Audience Insights. Now, one thing that I want to mention before we go further is that when you're using this app, you'll see you've got a lot of keywords here, right? I actually will go through here and I will check each and every one of these. Not all the way down this whole list, but I usually do this one. I usually start here, and I'll go down to claim yours now. So I'll do these ones here. And I will go through there. I will look for hot products that meet that criteria I mentioned, and then I'll check through their comments, especially if it's a product that I look at and I'm like, oh wait, I might know that audience. I might be able to find that audience just from some stuff I know. Maybe I'm personally involved. Of course, with this process, you don't have to be personally involved because you're going to find this out anyway. And once you create your niche keyword list, I'm sorry, not your niche, your like list, at this point, you can do this for each and every ad that you find. It's time consuming, but it will pay off. You want to go into your audience insights. Let me close this out here. And then what you want to do is take your master list, highlight everything, copy it, and drop it into your interest box. Paste that in there. Command copy, Command V. Okay, so this example is not working because all of these pages, let's see, let's try doing them one at a time just to make sure there's nothing wrong. There's a B in front of that, bones and skulls. See, these pages, the ones that we found, the very few, unfortunately, some of these, sometimes, by the time you have your master full, you'll have like a lot, hundreds of these things if you're doing this properly. The thing is, not all of them have interests that you can find in here. The pages aren't big enough. Facebook doesn't see them as interests. Anything that shows up in here is usually targetable. What that means is that the interests, like this guy's interests here, these few here aren't big enough to be actually targetable. So what I'm going to do, just to show you what we would do from here for the ones that do show up, is just search for skull. Now, what you can do first off the bat, so this example, it didn't really work too well. What I want to show you is another example. So something like a watch, that's pretty, hard to target because it doesn't really appeal to a single amount of people, like a single niche of people. These ones you need to be careful with. Something like this could be construed as like weight loss, so just be a little careful with that. You got a black watch here. I've seen this before. That sells pretty well, but again, watches aren't easy to sell. This person is labeling this as a beat breast cancer thing, so that's how they're angling this. Another diamond ring with pink stones. So this Beat Cancer Now page, this person, they're definitely drop shipping. Look, this free ring. This is a just pay shipping deal, free plus ship. They're angling all this random stuff to beating breast cancer just because it's got the pink in there from, the pink beat breast cancer ribbon. So this looked cool, but see that one comment? It's missing the criteria we're looking for. This one's anime stuff, but I wouldn't sell anime stuff. It's trademarked. Okay, let me shoot back up to the top here. I think I saw another one up there that we can use. Okay. So, the thin blue line supporters. Let's check this one out. Okay. 686. Look at this. This thing started just a couple of days ago, and it's already got 686 likes, 24 shares, 81 comments. So look at this. All these people, yes, 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 yes. Page responded privately. For those of you who went to my live event, I showed you how to do that. But pretty much, we can pop open a bunch of these. And I'm going to do it just for just one page, guys. But I would literally do this for like 24 people and scrape all their pages. So let's go in here to this guy's. Check out his likes. Scroll down real quick just to see. All right, so this person has a bunch of likes that we can probably dig through. And one thing that you need to understand is, like, if you're going after something like this would be what I consider, there's a lot of political stuff going on in the U.S. You're most likely going to be finding people who are supporting the cops are like Republicans and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do here is run this. And I'm going to search for Republican, firearm, gun, police, blue, because of the whole blue line thing, support, supporters, and I'm sure there's more. If I look through each of these pages, I'm going to definitely get an idea of the keywords I'm really looking for. But we'll start here. And you'll see how quick that was because this person didn't have much, right? Let's open this up and see what we have here. Okay, so let's just copy these and see if any of these are targetable as interests inside of Audience Insights. If they are, I can show you where to go from here. Okay, so none of these are targetable either, which is a shame, but guys, that is the breaks. So we'll move on. And you'll see that what I'm going to do here is open a few of these, right? Okay, I'm going to check this person's likes page. This person has a bunch of stuff in here. This may be good. So Facebook like extractor, start the search. Police, supporters, blue, firearms, guns, Republicans, GOP, like political stuff again, USA. Okay, now we gotta get a little creative here to see if we can find some more stuff. Again, I am skipping the step of actually scrolling through here real quick just to get a general idea of the things I'm looking for. So let's see, police supports, supporters. First, here, well actually I was gonna do the different amendments, but we'll do that instead. And let me just use my other tab to make sure I spelled that right. Oh, never mind, it kicked off anyway. Now, as you can see, guys, the reason that you need to do this to a bunch of these people who are interested in buying the product is because people like a lot of stuff, right? I've seen all types of things in here, from food to cats to, lots of stuff. And let's see, the pop-up didn't show up. Let me close this one. Okay, let me kick that off again because the pop-up didn't come. So, we're going to use Donald because he's a Republican figure. Republican. Guns, gun, firearms. I'm going to choose amendment. Blue, police, supporter, and kick that off. There we go. Okay. So we did get a few different things. I think I forgot to put Republican in there, which probably hurt us a little bit. Go into Audience Insights again. Let's see if any of these stick. So none of these stick. And this is why you gotta do a lot. But I got a feeling that the copy paste isn't working. See, Donald Trump does show up. Republicans. Young Republicans, things like that. And that's all your finding police stuff. So I'll move on to the next person. And we're going to check their likes. Let's just scroll through here real quick to try to get an idea of the keywords that we need. Okay, so America is probably a good one. And guys, you can, once you find a good set of keywords to use for the audience you're looking for, you can put that, paste it into your notepad as well so that you don't have to keep typing it out like I'm doing right now. EPUB, Republican, Donald, Ben Carson, America, Amendment, which again, I'm not sure if I'm even spelling correctly. How terrible is that? Let's see, Republican, police, supporters, blue line, Constitution is probably a good one for this particular demo. And firearms, guns. All right. And what we'll do here is I'm going to do like I just told you. I'm going to copy these and put them off screen in my other notepad here. Hit OK. Let's dig through and see if we can find anything. Now, one thing that I do want to note, guys, is that Mark, who created the Facebook like extractor, is actually in the process of working on something that's going to make this much easier. So as it is right now, you see that I have to go through each one of these pages, scrape them. I'll get a separate notepad, and then I got to paste them all together. He's actually working on a feature that's going to just hold on to everything and basically hold it so that you can keep going page to page, running your extractor, and then it will just all be in the one master. So it's going to save you half the work here. And as you can see, these keywords worked a little bit better. I got a bunch of different stuff in here. This one, that amp right there, that's some kind of error. We're going to have to move that. That won't work. I'm going to put a comma there. I'm going to copy these, and let's pop back over to Audience Insights. Exit out of these ones that I threw in there as tests, and paste that in there. And as you can see, out of the, I don't know, 8 or 9 that we found, 2 of them stuck. The Republican National Committee and the police. So once you've got your likes, and again, if you're doing this the proper way and you're going through all these different pages, creating your master, you're going to have at least 10 to 20 in here for each audience, for each product you're looking for. And at that point, you can get a few different pieces of information, very important info that you need to write down for when you're creating your targeting. So say we're going after the people who want the thin blue line, and we have enough interest in here. Keep in mind, we only have 2 right now. Let's see if we can manually add a couple more that we know about. The thin blue line. Oh, we don't want the TV series. We just want support the police. Police supporters. No. Thin blue line supporters. Let's try that one. And remember, guys, I'm just doing this manually. Just to see if we can fatten this up a little bit, but we can't. So I'm going to show you the process. Once you've got enough of these correct interests in here from doing that search, this information is going to be 100% correct. Well, can't say 100. Let's say 98%. The first thing you want to do is write down this demo information right here. This is your age group of people who you're going to want to target for that particular product. So, like in our example here, we'll just use this. 18 to 24. It's only 6% in women, 9% in men, which 9% is actually not bad. But the thing is, I never target anybody under 24. I usually target 25 and up, because the 25-year-olds and up are usually the guys or women, the people who have their stuff together a little more than others. They've got their credit cards now. They most likely have a steady job by this point. And, you target the 18-year-olds, you may get a whole ton of likes, but people who have no money or no credit card to buy online. So that's not any good. We don't really want that. And then, we want to start here at 25. And as you see, not all these demos will have such an even base. Look at this. This is mostly even across the board. So you know that 25 to 65 plus, which you're going to want to make a note of, will most likely work for targeting this particular product. For other products, it may be 25 to 54, 25 to 44. You'll see that general info right here. So make a note of it. And you'll see that as far as men and women go, it's pretty even as well. You know, sometimes certain demos will favor one over the other. This is pretty even. So you want to make a note of that as well. So even for male/female. And the reason you want to do that is because now you know, okay, let me start my ad targeting men and women. Of course, later on, you'll probably want to break that out and have ad sets going to only women, ad sets going to only men. But this way you know that if you start out evenly, you're looking at the right people. The next thing you do is go into your page likes. And when this thing loads up, you're going to see where we do some real magic. Now, here we are. We've got the top categories. Start plugging these in here. Republican National Committee. Literally, guys, go through here, plug these things into the audience. So, I don't even know who Brett Bear is. He's some kind of author, okay? You're going to notice that this keeps updating because as you're adding interests, it's looking for audiences that are interested in these different things and showing them to you. Megan Kelly, journalist. Keep going till you got all the categories in here. Then scroll on down, start plugging the page likes into here. As you see, Brett Kelly, Megan, they're already up in here. Eric Bowling. So I don't even know who this is. This doesn't look correct because he's an athlete. Every now and then, unless if he's maybe politically outspoken, which is possible, but every now and then this thing is going to show you some really random stuff. You know, if you've seen interest that just totally doesn't belong, don't worry, it does happen. So I want to plug a couple more from up top in here. So America First, and remember, I spell it right, terrible. So America First isn't actually an option that we can target. This one, America First Credit Union, nope, definitely not. Which also does happen. The Committee to Defend the President, that sounds like a total Republican deal, right? Am I spelling that? Committee to Defend. No, but what is this one? This one. These are the people who are gun owners and want to support gun owners. Those are also usually the same people who support the police. So that's really good. And keep this process up, guys. Keep throwing these things in here. These will keep updating and keep giving you more and more and more. And what you want to do is at the time when you're done, you've got two options here. You can actually save this thing or save as, and you can create it as a custom audience and just load it right into your ads manager and fire it off. I don't do that, guys. I will actually, once I've got all my interests in here and this thing's pretty stacked, I'll go in here, I'll highlight them all, copy them, and throw them in a notepad. Now, the reason that I do that is because I will actually chunk these things down. If I got a huge list of these suckers, I'm going to break them into chunks and intersect them. And when you do this, if you do this process the way I just showed you, and you do it the right way, you are going to have a seriously targeted audience. You should have the exact audience you're looking for whatever that product was that you just found. So, of course, it has to be an AliExpress product. I should have said that from the beginning. Then you go over to AliExpress, load this thing into your store, and you try to sell it as well. This thing is already working. People are buying it. So you know they're buyers. You know that these people that you're targeting are buyers. These are the exact interests that they're interested in. If you use the way that I'm doing it, where you have lots of these interests and you break them into chunks and intersect them, you are going to have pretty much the best audience that you can ever find for that product. There's just no way around it. You're going to be looking at the right people. So if they're not buying after your use this targeting method, that means that you either are charging too much, your store is scaring them away, maybe you don't have enough credibility, something about your product page that's not functioning properly, or they're just not interested in the product. Which, because we did do that interest here, we did do the initial research. We saw that this thing just kicked off, already has a ton of likes, ton of shares, ton of comments, and people commenting, yes, they want it. This has buyer interest. You should be able to sell this. Anybody who follows what I just showed you right here, right now, this same product, you can probably start selling this thing tonight. Now, we're not actually done. So this is the very first phase of the unfair advantage. There is actually a second phase, which it's a little strange that we're going to do this, but there is a second phase to this, guys. this is the phase one. This is where all the magic starts happening, right? Then, of course, you've got other things in the middle. You know, you've got your Facebook ads, you've got your optimizations, things like that, ad creation. What I want to focus on now to help you with your unfair advantage is actually your follow-up. So the reason we're doing this is because what I just showed you is an unfair advantage because a lot of people don't do it. They go into Facebook, they start creating ads, and they just use the Facebook suggestions. You know, as they're typing in interests, Facebook suggests something similar, they'll click on it. You're going to get the same interests that everybody else is targeting. If you do it this way, you're going to start hitting interests that other people aren't hitting yet. And you're going to be the first one to show this product, which you know is hot, to those people. You win. Total unfair advantage. The second unfair advantage, or second part of the unfair advantage, is the follow-up. So many people are not doing this. Everybody knows when you're setting up these stores, you've got to hook up the email autoresponder. You've got to create that list. You've got to collect those emails. I'd say 99% of the people drop shipping right now are doing that. But less than half of them are actually emailing these people and promoting to them. So you need to be promoting to them. What I am actually doing is promoting, and I've got some campaigns set up to try to catch the people who didn't actually buy. The way that you do this is you want to set up 2 different campaigns. Now, let me switch back over to the slides, and I'll show you how we're going to do this. Alright guys, so what you want to do is we're going to create 4 different campaigns. The first campaign is going to be using the Recart app. You want to use Recart's default email abandoned cart campaign and their Facebook Messenger campaign. And just let that rock, guys. Let me tell you something about Recart. Their default campaign works amazing. I have never seen such simple emails, not even the ones I've been using for a long time, work as well as this. So just use them. And Recart also has much better delivery rate than Abandonment Protector. Like, it's inboxing so well that I'm not even using my expensive autoresponder to do it. I'm just letting Recart handle it. Plus, Recart also has the built-in Facebook Messenger campaign, which works amazing as well. But I need to give you a small warning to monitor the Facebook Messenger campaign. So while it certainly works for some audiences get really angry about getting a Facebook message regarding their abandoned cart. Still, it does work. So if you're planning on doing, all you're planning on doing is drop shipping and not white labeling anything, then have at it. You know, go for it, guys. Who cares? The second campaign is going to be using the Wheelio gamification system. So with Wheelio, you want to do what I'm calling the buy blast. If these people opt into Wheelio to get your discount, you want to go ahead and start emailing them if they don't actually use the discount. And Wheelio connects directly to ActiveCampaign, so you can easily do this, and you want to set up a massive buy blast automation. And of course, you want to be sure you use a goal or a tag, and this is why you need an advanced autoresponder like this that will pull these people out of this monster sequence once they become a paying customer. We don't want paying customers to keep getting the Wheelio emails. So just remember, these are people who played Wheelio, they submitted their email, but they didn't actually buy. Here's your email sequence. 1 hour after playing, but not buying, you welcome them and give them a 10% discount. Day 2, send them an email about your top categories. Day 3, social proof. Day 4, a brand story. You know, who are you? Why are you doing what you do? What makes you different than the other stores out there? Day 5, 10% off coupon again. Day 6, another, but this one's going to have some scarcity in there. You know, this is a last chance offer. Day 10, 15% off. Day 12, 15% off, last chance. And finally, day 14, 20% off. If they still don't buy, you're moving on to campaign 3, and this starts in week 3, and this is what I call the giveaway sequence. What you want to do on day 1 of week 3, just keep that in mind, this is week 3, is send them an email letting them know they're entered to win. There's a big prize on the line, and they're automatically entered. Then you want to repeat these same type of emails, the same ones you just used. You know, don't use the exact same ones. You know, you really don't have to change them much. Just change a little bit of the wording, a little bit of the sentencing, and make sure you change the subject lines and reuse those pretty much for day 2 all the way down through day 12. Then on day 14, send them an email, say, hey, you know, the contest is over. Did you win? Click this link here to find out. And you send them a link to a landing page. Now, this landing page is going to have some type of bundle offer on it that has a 30 to 40% discount. Remember, use a bundle. This way it seems highly valuable. And make sure if you're doing this for real, you know, you've got the person's face on the landing page, what they won, that type of stuff. I know people who are doing this who aren't doing it for real, but that's totally up to you. And just do a bundle offer. What you can use here is you can use something like ClickFunnels. If you've got it, something like Zipify apps, they've got their Zipify pages, which would work fine for this. And there's also CartHook, which is what I'm currently using. CartHook will let you create your own funnel pages and embed their checkout code on there. So that would work well. Now, this is final here. You want the campaign 4. Hey, they did buy. That's awesome. Now, using ActiveCampaign, tag them as buyers, so all the other emails stop, and send them a welcome sequence. Just every few days, send them a welcome email, basically the same type of campaigns that you were sending to the other people who didn't buy. Of course, change the wording up, change the offers, and if you have any new products launching, this is a great time to throw those in there. And around day 20, this way you make sure they have time to get the product. Maybe even day 25, it's up to you. You want to send them a review request because, guys, reviews are just huge. That social proof is what fuels sales. And if you do all this stuff that I've showed you today, you not only have an unfair advantage over everyone else, but I can guarantee you're going to start making money the minute you start putting this stuff to work. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.